so they wanna be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm calling them guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Breno Javinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. With me, boy. Put your hands in your fingers.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll. And we are underway from Atlanta. This will be taken short. They snap it at one. Now Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, South! Hey, express! Here we go!
On second down, Ryan. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On third down, Ryan. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, they put everything on the offense and just asking the defense to do just enough. And the offense is really giving them great play because Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
And they may want to start to pad some wins now because 3 of their last 4 in the regular season are on the road, including trips to Green Bay and Carolina. There's just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
To throw on 3rd down. Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 26 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here. The interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now Ryan. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Let's go.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. It's complete. Hooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
Hey, 21. Get up. Let's go.
On 1st down, Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
20. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 38 yards. Well, the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. That'll go as a loss of 5. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Go. 39. 39. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, switching gears for a second, let's look ahead to some of the big games of Week 11. And I think the biggest one is occurring south of the border, no doubt. How about the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Rams playing in Mexico City?
Yeah, neither team unbeaten as they go into it, but still one of the biggest games of the year in the NFL. Remember when they shared a state, the state of Missouri, they used to play for the Governor's Cup. Now they're going to play in Mexico City, and all the eyes of the NFL will be on this one. First team to 50 wins?
I think I was just going to say, I think that might be the case. And can anybody slow down Patrick Mahomes?
22!
On third down, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a minute 51 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, let's go! Gun! On!
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. He will push his way down to about the 14. And the Falcons going to use another timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This will be taken short. That ball running right through it. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
54, South!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Get up! Let him go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts by him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Gun! On! Let him go!
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will knot things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hey, South! Hey, South! Hey, Tuesday! Hey, let's go! Right!
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
Left! 11! Let him go!
Now Ryan on 1st down. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds. And
he'll take it into the Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 24 yards. And the Falcons have broken our tie. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken very short. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Hey, Tuesday. 21. 39. Hey, express. Done. Get up.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. Down to the 25. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Escaping the pressure right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he will be out of bounds as the 3rd quarter comes to an end with an INT. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get up!
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the forefinger. Line is really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Hey, gun.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Hey, let's go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So out come the Falcons now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On 1st down, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. You give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A good pickup there, a 22.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, white. Hey, Tuesday.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
39. Right. 11. 20.
To throw on 3rd down. Ryan. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Brooks Reed in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
11. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Jones. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on 1st down. Ryan flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hey, Tuesday. 39. Space. 11.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 62 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays,
Can you hear me